Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Langley Event Center for the 2019 BC Secondary School Girls Basketball Championships. Today's double-A game features the Britannia Bruins and the Seycove Seahawks. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First of all, for Britannia, guard number 5, Shamaya Amateo. Guard number 7, Surprise Giving. Guard number 9, Jocelyn Britannia. Guard number 10, Cashew. And for number 21, Tamaya Edgar. Coaches, Mike Evans, Trevor Stokes, Mitra Sean, the Britannia Bruins. Now the starters for Seycove. Point guard number 2, Chelsea Blanchard. Forward number 4, Sophia Bergman. Point guard number 8, Kayla Robinson. Guard number 13, Jill Bowery. And for number 24, Maddie Coffin. Head coach Darcy Grant, assistant coaches Bill Matthews, Jeff Russell, the Seycove Seahawks. Officials for this game are Lagula, Zoe, and Lambertus. Timeout, Britannia. Fans, don't forget you can watch all tournament games live online at tfsetv.ca. tfsetv.ca.
Yeah.
Test.
There's tough side to number 4, Bergman. She loses the ball on the bounce pass. It's going to stay in their possession. The Sayhawks have to be trying to plan something that they can get the easy number 2 up there on the board for themselves. Number 13, Bowering, handing it in up to number 14, Bradshaw. Tries to drive, kicks it out to number 2, Bradshaw as well. She drives in with the jumper, just in and out. The Bruins are heading down the floor. Number 5, Abateo has the ball, passes off to number 9, Bahia. She drives in, she gets the foul. Oh, it was a charge. It will be Sayhawks ball. We have a substitution coming in for the Bruins. It will be Padalina coming in for number 9, Bahia. We have a press from the Bruins, pressuring the Seahawks so that they have a difficult time getting up the floor. Number 2, Bradshaw drives it all the way in. She successfully gets that layup. They also are having a full court press of sorts, trying to pressure the ball right now. Number 7, Mooney, taking the ball up the floor, dishes it out to Abateo, drives in, misses. Oh, missed pass. Abateo tries to get it up, is not successful. Coming down the floor again, Sayhawks looking down to number 14 with the easy layup and one. That was Sydney Bradshaw. She will be heading to the line. We have another substitution for the Sayhawks. In comes number 3, Jessica White. Got a bit of height out on the floor for the Sayhawks. Their height actually outdoes the Bruins on the floor. There with the rebound behind, jump ball. It's going to be Bruins ball. Abateo is throwing the ball in to Mooney. The press is still there a little bit, just full court press for just the man-to-man. She almost loses it. She's stuck with the ball. She passes it to Padalina, back to Mooney. She looks to see if she can drive, dishes it out to number 3, Padalina again, to number 10 for the 3, misses. That was Taju with the rebound and puts it back up. Number 3, Padalina, scrambles, and it is Sayhawks ball. Back down the floor. People running wide. Number 2, Bradshaw, Chelsea Bradshaw gets it on the wing. She's directing, she uses a screen. Looks for the pick and go, doesn't go. Out of bounds, it will remain Seahawks ball. In comes the substitution, Annie Lee, and the Bruins will be asking for a timeout. At this timeout, Seycove has 11 and Britannia has 5. Both teams will undoubtedly be strategizing to see what they can do, especially Britannia trying to get to come back into this game. They're only down 6. Teams are heading back out onto the floor. New strategies in hand. Right now it's Sayhawks ball. She passes it out wide for the 3 from number 13. She hits it. That was Jill Bowering for the Sayhawks. The Bruins are heading down the floor. Number 10, Taju, is trying to see what she can get. She's stuck. She passes it out to Mooney. Mooney back out to Abateo. She's directing on the floor. She passes number 4, Annie Lee, back to Abateo. To Annie Lee. Stockhawk winding down. She goes for the 3. Doesn't hit the rim. Out of bounds. It's going to be Sayhawks ball. Bringing it down the floor is Chelsea Bradshaw. Trying to see what she can get. She passes out to the wing. Number 4, Cindy Bradshaw goes for the drive and gets the foul. She'll be heading to the line for 2 shots.
So it's been a bit of a defensive battle so far. The Bruins haven't scored in quite some time, though. Stuck at just 5 points.
That's right. The Sayhawks have been pretty aggressive offensively, and it's been showing, especially with the score on the board. She hits her second. That was Sydney Bradshaw with the 2. Mooney taking the ball up, passing it to 10, Taju. Up the floor to number 4, Annie Lee. Back to Taju. Up at the wing. She's passing it to Abateo, looking for what she can get. Taju. Abateo, bounce pass inside to Mooney. She bounce passes it all the way to the baseline. She misses the jumper. Jessica White gets the rebound knocked out of bounds, but it's going to remain Sayhawks ball.
This Bruins offense is in a bit of a lull. They're rushing some of their shots, not able to get the best looks. They'll have to make some adjustments.
Definitely. And one thing that the Sayhawks has on their side is height. So
Yeah.
they're doing a lot of out-rebounding the Bruins right now, and they get a lot of second chances when they put up a shot.
The Bruins are a very guard-heavy team. For the number 1 team in the Lower Mainland, this must be a bit of a surprise.
Right, up the floor right now, trying to push it out of bounds by Taju. She was just trying to pass across court. Miscommunication between teammates there.
Just a lack of communication, exactly like you just said. They need to just settle it down a little bit, slow the pace down probably, and let the game come to them a little more naturally.
Yeah, I agree. Bradshaw on the wing right here. They're doing a lot of picks and screens. Mooney. Oh, it will be a charge, actually, against Sydney Bradshaw.
It's a good play for the Bruins.
Definitely. Mooney is playing some strong defense, and she's playing strong offensively as well for the Bruins.
Yeah, she's really using her frame to charge through and dictate a lot of the offense early on for the Bruins, but bottom line is they need to get a basket here.
With the handoff, Abateo, she passes it out for the 3. Mooney tries to get that rebound from behind, doesn't quite get it. Pushing it up the floor. They stole it, steal it away. Back in Bruins' hands. Abateo, she gets it.
Finally, the Bruins are back on the board.
That's right. Maybe they can use this. There's only 35 seconds left on the clock in this period. Let's see what they can do. You have Bradshaw with the ball right now. Bounce pass to number 4, Sophia Bergman with the easy 2. That was a beautiful play.
Chelsea Bradshaw is one of only 3 grade 12 players on this team, and you can definitely tell that she's been a part of this program for some time.
Yes, her experience definitely shows on the court. Up at the top, she tries to put it into Mooney, out to Abateo. At the top, shot clock, not just the clock running down. For the 3, doesn't quite get it.
Poor shot selection there, just took a step inside.
She gets it back though, Mooney.
No good.
Doesn't get it before the clock runs out. So that's 18 for the Sayhawks and 7 for the Bruins.
Bruins need to find a way to make some shots. They're doing tough right now.
Right now they're trying to do a lot of driving to the hoop, which is good. But the Sayhawks defense seems to be impenetrable for the Bruins right now because they're having a hard time penetrating the key, and they aren't doing so well with their outside shots.
And as you said earlier, the Sayhawks do have a pretty clear height advantage for the most part, and they're able to block a lot of the Bruins shots and out-hustle them to rebounds.
Definitely. So we'll see what they can actually do, if they can produce more points in the second.
It's still not a huge deficit, only 11 points, and
definitely.
a lot of time remaining. The Bruins are the number 1 team in the Lower Mainland, and they'll be looking to show that.
I'm sure that they're getting. It doesn't seem that their coach seems to be pretty even-tempered, so it seems that they're just dealing more in terms of strategy and trying to make sure that they get back into the game before they lose footing. But I'd say right now a standout player, especially for the Bruins, has been Mooney and Abateo so far in terms of their aggressiveness on the floor.
Sydney Bradshaw will inbound it to Chelsea Bradshaw, who will bring it up. Back to Sydney Bradshaw. She'll drive the hoop and set up a floater. That's good. 20-17 now for the Seahawks. Brought up now by Abateo for the Bruins. It's guarded by Chelsea Bradshaw. Oh, stolen away by Jill Bowering.
Fumbled it a little bit there.
Lead pass and finish. Nice, almost finished there by Bradshaw.
That was a beautiful lead pass. I wasn't. I was a little unsure if she was going to get it at first, but
quick
it was
defense
well
to offense right there.
Definitely.
And Sydney Bradshaw will head to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
She's been heading to the line quite a bit, actually, because she's not afraid to drive.
Yeah, first one is good. Second one is also good, putting the lead up to 15 now.
She's also a pretty good foul shooter from the game so far.
Yeah, Abateo bringing it up for the Bruins, guarded by Chelsea. Number 10.
Stolen.
Is stripped of the ball by Chelsea Bradshaw. Guarded by Mooney to Sydney Bradshaw. Passes it to Bowering.
Nice
move, but
doesn't quite go.
All right, Abateo tried to go behind the back. Bowering will try and finish almost off the window. Mooney grabs the rebound, passes it to Taju, who will bring it up for the Bruins.
She's stuck.
Pass to Lee.
Who's guarding her? Nice open shot, doesn't quite go.
Lee has had a tough showing shooting today. I think she's missed 4 in a row now.
I hope
Bowering
she continues
launches
to shoot,
it.
though.
No good. Right, brought up now by Padalina. Passes it to Taju. And she puts a nice move on, no good, unfortunately. Padalina will grab the rebound and put it in, though.
That was a good, nice rescue attempt from Padalina to put that back up.
Right, Emma Bradshaw passes it to Chelsea Bradshaw. She's got Sydney Bradshaw on her wing. Guarded nicely by Abateo. Pass to Bowering in the post. Almost. Mooney grabs the rebound. Foul on Mooney, though. It'll be Seahawks ball.
Well, remains Bruins ball.
Oh, still Bruins ball, yeah. Taju will inbound it to Abateo, who's guarded right away by Chelsea Bradshaw. Taju brings it up, passes it to Abateo. Abateo back to Taju. Taju has some room to take a shot, but passes it off to Lee. Lee launches it. No good.
Lee continues to shoot.
They're looking for her.
Yeah, but they're also not guarding her. They're leaving her open.
Yeah. Well, if she has to make one for them to start respecting her shot a little bit more.
Right.
It's been 5 straight misses, 3 of them from three-point line.
That seems to be a large part of their game so far, but I think it's just, like I said, the Seahawks defense is so strong.
Yeah, well, with the Bruins' lack of height, it makes sense for them to be a perimeter team. Taju launches a 3, and that's good. Right, that was a much-needed make for the Bruins, cutting the deficit down to 10 now.
Definitely.
Chelsea Bradshaw guarded by Abateo, passes it to Sydney Bradshaw. Sydney Bradshaw to Emma Bradshaw, back to Maddie Coffin, who will head to the line for 2.
They're really playing into their hands. So when they're taking these shots, they're trying to make sure that they're leaning in so that those hands are hitting them, so that they could draw the foul, which is smart play by the Seahawks.
Yeah, it slows the pace down, which is to their advantage and gets them to the free throw line, and they're a very good free throw shooting team, as the first one was good. Second one is short, though. Catalina grabs the rebound, passes it to Mooney. Mooney brings it up Passes it to Lee. Lee back to Mooney.
Mooney
Step
with the
back
step
jumper.
back.
Almost.
That was reminiscent
Almost.
of
Nice
Dwayne
rebound by
Wade.
Coffin there. Foul, I think, on the Britannia Bruins.
That step back brought me back to young D Wade.
Well, even old D Wade.
Yeah. No, well, I guess not so much anymore.
All right, Catalina to Lee. Launches a three. That was,
Abateo.
yeah, Abateo launched that shot. No good though. Chelsea Bradshaw brings it up, guarded by Abateo.
The Seahawks run the floor very well, and they run it wide.
And they, yeah, a lot of their offense starts with Chelsea Bradshaw. She's a really good floor general for them.
Definitely.
She's driving the hoop right now, almost
Travel.
travel.
Yeah, she had
She
a
ran
couple
into-
more steps in there than
Yeah.
she needed.
Ran into 3 Bruins players, tried to kick it outside, but took an extra step.
Frazzled her a little bit.
Abateo will inbound it to Taju, who will bring it up for the Bruins. And
They're
passes
playing.
it to Lee. Lee open again. No good.
They're playing like a loose defense. It's like a half zone, half man. Guards are being guarded man to man.
Chelsea Bradshaw bringing it up. Passes it to Emma Bradshaw. Back to Chelsea Bradshaw. Oh, out of bounds.
But the big men are saturated in the key, and that's exactly why they can't get in there. And they're forced to take the outside shot. So they're going to have to think of another game plan, the Bruins.
Yeah. As you can see, Maddie Coffin's just right there.
That's short from
Sorry,
Abateo.
Sophia Bergman standing in the paint.
Exactly. Got a substitution. That's Christy McKnight coming in for Leanna Podolina.
Right. Bruins will inbound to Lee. Lee is open. Off the rim. Bounces out.
I feel like that went off Seahawks, one of the Seahawk players' foreheads. It's going to be the Bruins' ball.
Mooney will inbound it
Come on now, Bruins!
to Taju.
Christy, be offensive!
To Lee. Launches another
Lee with
shot.
the shot.
No
That's-
good.
I like how she keeps on shooting, though.
Well, that's their game plan.
With your feet!
They're looking for her.
That's good defense from the Bruins.
Yeah.
Stolen.
The Bruins force a steal. Mooney runs it down. Makes a
Nice.
Euro step. No good though. But Abateo will head to the line for 2.
That was a nice drive by Mooney.
Good job, Shemaya. Way to get in there.
Mooney's really showing off the footwork. Step back earlier. Euro step. on
Right?
display.
Sign this girl up for the league.
Yeah. There's a timeout. 11-point lead, 23-12 for the Seahawks over the Britannia Bruins.
Yep. Like I said, I'm interested to see how their Britannia's game plan evolves over the course of this game.
They need to make some adjustments.
Definitely.
They need to make some shots. I wonder if they're going to keep on looking to find Lee.
Well, she's open. And
She is open. They're not guarding her. I
You
think the reason they're not guarding her is because she's missing all those shots.
There's open shots, but I mean, those open shots also are provided because she's sitting in those correct areas. So when she's sitting at that baseline area, that's where that open spot is. So if they put their shooters in those open pockets, they can get
Yeah.
those shots.
Yeah, the corner 3 is definitely there. The corner 3, the wing 3, they're all there for the taking for the Bruins. It's just up to them to make it.
Just need to flick that wrist.
Yeah.
Put your wrist hand in the cookie jar, as my old basketball coach used to say to me.
All right, Abateo will shoot 2 free throws out of the timeout. First one is short. Second one in and out. Coffin grabs the rebound. She's fouled by
Mooney.
Go, find your check. Back
She was
up,
trying to
back
get
up.
that rebound, but the height difference is what causes the issues.
Kayla Robinson will inbound it to Chelsea Bradshaw, who will bring it up, guarded by Abateo. Abateo's had the responsibility of guarding Bradshaw. Bradshaw goes all the way off the glass, and
She is not afraid to drive.
Coffin grabs the rebound.
Jump ball. It's going to remain Sayhawks ball.
Coffin is using her size to her advantage here, grabbing a lot of boards.
Just look at them standing side by side.
Yeah.
They're wide open already.
All right. Sophia Bergman tries to get that to go, grabs her own miss.
That's the rebound.
And puts it in off the glass. Nice play.
That was beautiful.
Moody with the ball for the Bruins.
Go right through her.
She's guarded by Robinson. Moody finds
Nice
Taju
cut.
and blocked by Sophia Bergman.
That was a beautiful cut. She saw the floor very well. We got substitutions for the Sayhawks. That's number 13, Jill Bowering, and 14, Sydney Bradshaw coming in.
So the Sayhawks are leaving Maddie Coffin and Sophia Bergman on their floor. They're two 6'1"
Whoa.
forwards.
Mooney tried to put it up in between all that height. Didn't quite go.
Right, Chelsea Bradshaw's being double teamed, but she still gets it out past the timeline. Number 13, Jill Bowering has it, passes it back to Chelsea Bradshaw. She finds Sydney Bradshaw, who passes it back to Chelsea Bradshaw and launches a three, and that's good.
Things seem to be flowing for the Sayhawks right now.
Taju with the ball for the Bruins. Lee launches it, blocked by Sophia Bergman. And it's brought up now by Jill Bowering, who'll pass it to Sydney Bradshaw. Pass it to Chelsea Bradshaw, guarded by Abateo, back to Coffin.
Tries to drive, gets stopped, and
stolen by Abateo. Abateo brings it up. It's a 1-on-2, and stripped of the ball by Sydney Bradshaw, and the Sayhawks will head right back down the floor.
Nice.
Finds Bergman, and she'll lay it in for the easy finish.
Right now they're using the momentum, and they're not stopping.
Moody brings it up for the Bruins. Launches a three, no good. Grabbed by Bergman, the rebound. Passes it to Bowering. Passes it off to Chelsea Bradshaw.
Guys, help out.
Chelsea Bradshaw passes it to Sydney Bradshaw.
Drop. Back line now. Come on, drop.
Back to Chelsea.
Back line.
Guarded by Abateo.
Surprise, go
Bergman will set a pick. And
She puts up the jumper, doesn't quite get it.
watch a pick and pop play right there.
The Bruins are trying to switch up their lineup right now. We have number 9 coming in, Jazzy Bahia, and I believe 21, which is Tamia Edgar coming in for the Bruins.
So they're getting a little bit more size on the floor now, the Bruins are.
Yeah.
Tamia Edgar stands 5'9". She'll have a bit of a responsibility.
Maybe
And,
this change up in the lineup will
yeah.
create something for them.
Yeah. Taju just misses a three there.
Scramble for the ball out of bounds.
I think it'll be Bruins ball. He goes out on Chelsea Bradshaw.
The pick and roll is really working for the Sayhawks between Bradshaw and I believe Bergman.
Well, the Bruins don't have anything to guard the Sayhawks' size with.
Right.
And to be honest, the Sayhawks are looking a little bit faster as
They
well.
are. They're really, their endurance is really showing in this game.
Tamia Edgar launches a three, and that's good.
A nice substitution for the Bruins.
Making an impact right away.
With your feet.
And Chelsea
back in,
Bradshaw
Shemaya, with your feet.
almost stripped of the
Go,
ball,
back,
passes it off to
back
Sydney
line.
Bradshaw. Sydney Bradshaw drives, kick it out to Jill Bowering, and launches the three, no good.
Go, Shem.
Mooney will grab the rebound for the Bruins. All right, guarded by Sydney Bradshaw. Pick set by Adebayo, but doesn't go that way. And she lost the ball, stolen by Bergman. Passes it
Tamia,
to
all the way back.
Chelsea Bradshaw, to Sydney Bradshaw, who will bring it up.
Oh.
Looks to Bergman. Bergman finds
Nice
Bowering,
pass.
making a nice cut. Nice
They're
pass.
seeing each other very well on the floor right now.
All right, Mooney brings it up, passes it to Bahia. Bahia drives hard, nice move, and nice finish as well.
The substitutions for the Bruins have really been impacting the score right now. That was Bahia and Edgar.
The last 5 points have been by the subs.
Way to go, Shem. Now you're playing, Shem.
Chelsea
Now
Bradshaw.
you're playing. Back.
Pass it off to Bowering. Bowering finds Bergman.
Good
Bergman,
doubling down.
Nice post move. Gets
Even
it
with
to
the
go.
double down on the defense,
Yeah.
still able to put up that shot.
They don't have anyone tall enough. The size is too much. Bahia with the ball for the Bruins. Cuts inside.
Oh, yes. Good work.
She'll probably,
Nice screen, Tamia.
Blocking.
yeah, that'll be a blocking foul. She won't head to the line, but the Bruins will retain possession.
We have the Sayhawks substitution. We have Kayla Robinson coming in. She'll be taking out number 2, Chelsea Bradshaw.
Timeout, Seycove.
Timeout for the Sayhawks. That was a really good comeback. Well, they put up some points on the board for the Bruins with those substitutions. And I
Yeah.
feel like the switch up in the lineup has really benefited them, and hopefully those 2 substitutions can put a spark of fire.
Edgar and Bahia have really made an impact right away. Bahia is definitely one of the speedier players on the Bruins team, and she's proving to be a little bit of a challenging guard for the Seahawks, that she's able to cut inside
Right.
a few times now.
Penetrating that key that everybody else was not able to do so far.
Yeah, I think she's going to have to be a fixture on the floor if the Bruins want to come back in this game.
Hopefully.
It is a
and-
big deficit, 34-17. They are trailing by 17 points.
Yep. And Edgar, if she keeps on shooting very well, like because she came out and she shot that 3, hopefully she can shoot some more 3s to put them back into this game a little bit closer, at least to the Seahawks.
Yeah, right. 10 seconds left in this timeout that the Seahawks called.
Chelsea Bradshaw is not now out for the Seahawks, which should be interesting to see.
I think they'll defer to Sydney Bradshaw.
But yeah, they still have a Bradshaw out there.
Yeah, the Bradshaw trio. Both of them, Chelsea and Sydney Bradshaw, both play point guard. One of them is in grade 12. Chelsea Bradshaw is in grade 12, and Sydney Bradshaw is actually the youngest player in this game.
Oh,
She's in grade
up
9.
with the 2, number 5, Abateo with the easy, kissing it off the glass.
Sydney Bradshaw for the Seahawks, guarded by Bahia. Passes it to Robinson, who almost
Abateo
finds.
steals it up to Mooney.
Right, Mooney almost loses her dribble. Regains it, passes it to Abateo, launches a 3. No good. Bahia almost grabs the rebound. Taju does. Abateo has the ball now. She'll take her time. Passes off to Mooney. Finds Bahia. Bahia launches a 3, and that's good.
There we go. Their
Sydney
outside
Bradshaw.
game is happening for them right now.
Yeah. So Bradshaw brings it up, guarded by Bahia. Passes it off to Bowering. To Bradshaw. Bradshaw launches it. No good. And Bowering grabs the rebound.
Back
Up
in.
to Bradshaw. Bradshaw no good. Mooney grabs the rebound for the Bruins, and she'll bring it up.
Powering
She has
down
Adebayo
the
with her. Mooney takes a second to compose herself. And that'll be a
Charge.
charge.
That's tough. I feel like Mooney's been racking up a couple of fouls, and this is only the first.
For this quarter for Britannia.
I believe that is their second foul.
Joe Bowering will inbound the ball for the Seahawks. A little bit of a delay on the floor. All right. Passes it into Sydney Bradshaw. Sydney will bring it up. She'll be guarded by Taju as she crosses the timeline. Passes it to Emma Bradshaw. Back to Sydney Bradshaw. To Emma Bradshaw. And almost
Bradshaw connect.
Taju. Yeah.
Oh, almost
Right.
stolen.
Abateo brings it up. Launches it. No good.
That's a good drive from Abateo.
Yeah, this game's turning a little bit more physical now. As
Well, the Bruins have to muscle their way in there.
They're looking to cut into the deficit. They've scored 5 unanswered points right now. All right.
That's good. I think, honestly, that the change in the lineup really sparked a fire under the rest of the Bruins to get
First
back in
free
this
throw
game.
for Abateo is good. The Seahawks have Jessica White on the sidelines waiting to check in. Second free throw is no good. Rebound gathered by Bowering.
Nice look
Nice.
inside to number 8. Kayla Robinson puts it up for 2.
No one was guarding her there.
They're doing very well in terms of seeing each other and cutting on the floor.
Abateo passes it to Mooney. Inside,
Britannia.
back to Mooney. Mooney launch. Oh, blocked by Bergman. Bergman's running the floor. Bowering almost. Mooney with a nice defensive recovery for the Bruins. All right, just 1 second left.
Jessica White
1.7 seconds left in this
taking out Sophia Bergman.
in the first half. Let's see what type of inbounds play they have. Right.
Not off in time.
All right. So it's 36-23 for the Seycove Seahawks over the Britannia Bruins. There's some adjustments that the Bruins have to make. They've started to show signs of life towards the end of that quarter.
Definitely. they're trying to say that they're not out of this game just yet.
Yeah, but we'll see what unfolds in the second half.
2019 BC Secondary School Girls Basketball Championships here at the Langley Event Center.
All right, and we are back. We have the Seyhawks with the ball. Here's Bradshaw at the top. Driving in. Bowering just misses. Scrambling for the ball. Mooney. Bowering still has it. It's on the floor.
Right,
It's going to be Bruins ball.
the Bruins are going to have to put in a better offensive effort, definitely.
Definitely in this half. Let's see how much power they come out with.
They're going to have to find a way to combat the height of the Seycove Seahawks.
Taju Tabateo at the 3 just misses. That was contested for sure. 24, Maddie Coffin has the rebound, and she's harassed a little bit. I wonder who that foul is on. It's on number 9, Bahia.
Jazlene Bahia's played a good few minutes after subbing in late in the second quarter. She comes out to start the second half.
Chelsea to Bowering on the wing.
Almost steals it, Bahia.
We have the screen. Back out to Bradshaw.
All right, some tight defense.
Looks like we have a foul off the ball.
It's foul on Bahia. Picks up her second.
She just picked up 2 in a row. She's looking towards the bench, not realizing that's not a very good move. They definitely need Bahia they definitely need Bahia as the game continues. They're going to sub out Bahia, and they're bringing in Catalina to take some of that pressure off her in terms of foul. She just can't get into foul trouble this early in the game.
Well, 2 in the second half is not horrible, but if she picks up a third, then.
Well, it seems like, and we have this almost stolen ball. Back up to Bradshaw at the top. The key to Bowering. She puts up the late 3. That was a rainbow shot. Does not hit the rim.
Yeah,
shot clock violation. Shot clock violation. It would be the Bruins ball.
Let's go, Light. We need you.
We have Taju bringing up the ball. She's being defended by Coffin right up at the top. I feel like she could really capitalize off of that, seeing as the big man's up at the top of the key. Mooney has the ball, tries to capitalize with the floater, doesn't quite get it. Taju gets the rebound back to Mooney, who drives in nice and strong. It's a jump ball. They're really good in terms of their defense, the Seyhawks, trying to make sure that they're not even drawing the fouls, they're more so getting blocks.
By having Maddie Coffin up almost at the 3-point line and having Bergman inside the key, they're really using their luxury of height against the Bruins.
Out to number 3, Catalina. Back to Abateo. Up to the top to Taju, who brings it into Tamia. She puts up the jumper off the glass. She gets it. 2 points on the board for the Bruins.
Edgar is making an impact off of the bench for the Bruins.
Yeah, definitely. She's been a very good addition to the floor. We got Bowering on the wing.
Bruins are
back
being
to
a
Bradshaw.
lot more in the face of the Seyhawks guards.
Look at that pick and roll. Putting it up once again, nice and easy, Sophia Bergman.
It's tough for the Bruins to guard that pick and roll because
Definitely.
Bergman just uses her height to grab those high passes, and no one's.
And it's hard to contest those shots that are so much higher than you, right? Abateo goes in.
She has good
She
post moves
gets
as well.
the nice jumper from the foul line.
That was a tough make. That was some contact on that shot.
Definitely. They're earning each and every single one of their baskets.
Yeah. And that's a credit to the Seyhawks actually making the Bruins offense work that hard.
Exactly. We got a foul, I believe, on number 5 on the Bruins.
A couple of substitutions now for the Seyhawks. Number 5 and number 14, Sydney Bradshaw. Number 14.
That was not even a foul for
And
them.
Emma Bradshaw will check in for the Seyhawks.
Was not a foul. It remains it becomes Bruins ball. Abateo is bringing the ball down.
She's guarded by Chelsea Bradshaw.
Hands off to number 3, Catalina. Back to Taju. She drives in.
Blocked
Doesn't quite
by
get it.
Bergman.
Bergman throws it up the floor to number 5.
That's got to be the 3rd or 4th block for Bergman this game.
That's Emma Bradshaw to Sydney Bradshaw, who drives in. And she collects that foul.
She'll head to the line for 2. That's a foul on Mooney, I think. I think that's her 3rd.
Yep, that is definitely on
Also,
Mooney.
Mooney, her third of the quarter for Britannia.
Hey, F.
Two free throws coming up for the Seahawks right now.
Just come in control. Make them shoot the 3 if they have to. Don't let them get by you, right?
She doesn't hit the first.
Come in play.
Seems a little upset by that. I feel like they practice a lot of foul shooting at their practices.
Yeah, a lot of free throw practice.
There she goes. She hits the second.
Look up,
Mooney
Hip.
inbounding to Taju, who brings it up the floor. Passes it up to Catalina, back to Taju, up to Mooney at the top of the key. She's looking to capitalize. Drives to the wing. She's stuck. Back up to Abateo.
There's no lanes for.
No, they're trying to
for
find
any
their
of the movement.
openings.
Nice move,
She dribbles
but
it off her knee and an attempt to get by. Pushing foul on the Sayhawks. It's going to be Bruins ball. Chelsea Bradshaw's first foul.
She's been out there for a lot of this game.
Yeah, I know.
As the lead guard, that's a lot of responsibility in picking up
Taju
first
getting
this
it.
late.
Abateo trying to drive again. Back to Taju with the three. Doesn't quite get it. Through the legs. Scrambling for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball.
The Bruins are a little
be
bit slow at reacting.
ball.
They could have grabbed that offensive rebound, but Joe Bowering with a quick hustle.
Yeah, definitely.
grab
Their
that board.
hands are all over that ball. We all Chelsea bringing the ball up. Guarded by Abateo. They're playing a tight man-to-man. Let's see if they can stay with them in these picks and rolls that they've been doing a lot, especially with their cutting. They're always moving on the floor. A nice drive from Chelsea Bradshaw. She gets the two, making it look easy.
The Bruins have to do a better job of guarding the paint. If the guards of the Seahawks are able to get through that easily, then it'll be tough for them to come back.
Definitely, I agree. We have Abateo with the ball. She tries to fake, not using the pick, but gets
Bergman
blocked.
with another block.
Chelsea up at the front, tries to put up the foul.
Mooney with her fourth
the
foul
layup.
of the game.
Was that on Mooney?
I think that was on Mooney. Yeah, Chelsea.
Oh, they have to. That's not good.
They have to consider subbing her out right now.
I think so too. She hits the first. Either that or she has to play smart defense throughout the rest of this game. She hits her second.
All right, the lead is up to 16 now for the Seahawks.
Mooney with the ball.
Taking her time, guarded by Sydney Bradshaw. She looked to go in all the way. Passes it.
Nice
No
sidestep.
pass.
Puts it back up and she gets it.
Grabs her own rebound and finishes that play.
She gets that and one, well-deserved and one. She is muscling her way in there.
She's definitely playing very hard.
She is.
For the Bruins.
We have a substitution for the Seahawks, number 3, Jessica White, in for number 4, Sophia Bergman. Mooney has 2.
So the Seahawks are going small right now.
That's an interesting move. I see that they're resting their big man. Mooney hits her foul shot, putting the Bruins at 30. Chelsea bringing it up the floor. Passes it to number 5, Emma Bradshaw. She looks back up for Chelsea. She drives in.
It was a nice defense
She
there.
manages to put in those layups.
Yeah, she manages to get the shot off
Yeah.
in difficult situations in tight spaces.
Definitely. It's number 13, Bowering. Tries to see what she gets. Back out to Bradshaw. Kicks out to Chelsea. She drives in. She gets it. She is great at penetrating the key.
Yeah, there's a stark contrast between the Seahawks offense and the Bruins offense.
Mooney with the step back 3. It rims
Almost.
in and out. Bowering with the rebound. Chelsea bringing it up the floor.
The Seahawks offense is a lot more patient and willing to
Mooney
take what
with
they're
the
given.
steal almost. She's hustling hard.
Yeah, Chelsea Bradshaw recovers for the Seahawks.
We get
Sydney Bradshaw will drive in,
going
passes it to Emma Bradshaw, and she launches a 3, and
She
that's
gets-
good.
It's the Bradshaw connect. I'm telling you, they're all around the
Bradshaw
key.
to Bradshaw. Yeah,
All 3 of them are guards around the key.
that was
I
actually
mean,
a
you can't
2.
get more connected than that. Abateo with the jumper, she gets it from the elbow. They still have some key players for the Bruins that are not letting up.
Yeah, Abateo has a tough assignment guarding Chelsea Bradshaw.
To Sydney Bradshaw, she fakes it, passes it back up to Chelsea at the 3. She puts it up and
That's
she
good.
gets it.
They hit the
They're
50
on
point.
a
This is the
roll
largest
right
lead
now.
of the game for them right now at 18 points, leading 50 to 32.
Yeah. Nice drive by Abateo behind the back. That went in
loves
like
that move.
water. Good Lord. I didn't even see the mesh move.
She loves that move behind the back.
Well, they're actually forcing her to the left, and she's saying, okay, I can
Yeah.
do this. Sydney with the ball. She drives in. Nice pass to number 3.
That could have been a foul
Jessica
there.
White. She gets blocked.
That could have been a foul on Mooney there.
It
to be
could have.
honest.
Mooney with the
a nice
drive
Euro
all
step
the way.
inside.
Let's go. Come on,
From each one end to the other. Puts it
Come
up.
on, let's go.
Chipping away at the
One team,
lead
let's
slowly.
go. With your
Yeah.
feet.
Nice hard
Abateo
defense from
guarding
go.
Chelsea
Abateo.
Bradshaw.
Come on, let's
Back
go.
out to Sydney on the wing. To Chelsea in the corner. We got a nice screen with the roll. And we're going to have Jessica White going to the line. They do that so many times in their offense.
Yeah.
It's always a pick and a roll. A pick and a roll or a cut. You
Yeah.
pass and you cut, you pick and you roll. Which I think is really beneficial for them because it always keeps them moving, which is creating so many different opportunities for them on the floor.
It's the simplest type
It's,
of
it's
offense.
motion.
Yep.
She misses the first.
The Seahawks team is really good at creating the right pass and finding the right
It's a
pass.
second.
And they're really patient. You know, they're not rushed by anything. Whereas the Bruins seem to be dribbling it up, make a couple of quick passes, and then they just try and get the first shot off that they can.
Yeah, and it's hard to get that rebound, that second rebound or opportunity to put it back up. Lee with the ball, back to Mooney. Nice bounce pass inside. Taju just misses it. It's out of bounds. It's going to be Seahawks ball.
Right, that's a good idea.
That was a good look by her.
Yeah, the coach was happy with that.
Just
Hoping
missed
to execute
opportunity.
it next time.
Yeah. Chelsea dribbles off of her foot. It's going to be Bruins ball.
Let's go, Eddie.
2 minutes in this third quarter.
Yo.
Abateo will inbound for the Bruins.
Waiting for Edgar just to come down the floor. She was tying her shoe. Mooney comes up.
Right, Mooney's guarded by Sydney Bradshaw.
Mooney with a step back 3 again. She
good.
gets it.
Right.
Channeling her inner Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
She's bringing it. Chelsea at the top. She drives all the way, loses
stolen
it.
by Mooney.
Mooney
Had a
comes all
clear
the way
path.
down. She's gonna nice
stop.
jump stop. Gets it.
Gets it to go. And just like
She's
that, the
playing an
lead's
excellent
cut
game.
down to 10.
We're getting a timeout from the Seahawks. The Bruins have momentum, and that's definitely come along from Mooney and definitely actually Abateo as well as they keep on driving in.
Both of them are really starting to get a feel of how they can pick apart the Seahawks defense. And
Definitely, they're-
just like that, they went on a quick run, and the lead is cut down to 10.
That's right. They're like little playmakers on the floor right now for their
Yeah.
team. It always helps. I know that, like, in my experience playing basketball, it always helps if your team might be feeling down, but as long as there's a couple of you that are willing to be leaders on the floor, everyone will follow suit.
Yeah,
So-
someone just needs to take charge. Mooney's stepping up
Definitely.
right now, and she's actually played a great game from start to finish. And I'm surprised they didn't take her out when she got her 4th foul, but so far the decision to keep her in the game is really paying off. She's like their little energizer bunny out there,
Definitely.
really keeping this team alive.
Mooney's in grade 11, and she's sitting at 5'9", so
Yeah.
she's one of their taller players on the Bruins.
Yeah, they definitely need her. They, like we had mentioned at the top, this Britannia team is heavy on guards. Only three forwards, and 2 of them are guard-forward combos.
She
So-
definitely has to play smart basketball this quarter, though, because one more foul and she's out.
Yeah,
So
the
in order
Seahawks
to
should
keep her
look to
in,
target her too. Right, and they're good. The Seahawks are good at drawing fouls.
definitely.
Let's go.
All right, Bradshaw bringing it up. And passes it to Sydney Bradshaw. Oh, an errant pass, and it's stolen by Abateo. She brings it up for the Bruins. Almost has fakes the
Nice
handoff
fake.
and nice layup.
Let's go.
That was a
Leads down
well
to
done
8.
fake.
All right, Chelsea Bradshaw bringing it up for the Seahawks. Guarded by Abateo.
With your feet.
Working on Abateo. Hands it off to Sydney Bradshaw. Guarded by Annie Lee.
She's stuck.
All right, to Emma Bradshaw, to Chelsea Bradshaw.
Halfway!
All right,
It
3 seconds
seems-
left, 2, 1.
You know what the Bruins have done. The Bruins have dropped into a zone.
Yeah.
It's frazzling the Sayhawks. They don't know what to do now. They've moved from man to man to a zone. They can no longer penetrate as easy as they were doing this entire game. We have a substitution. 2 substitutions.
All right, Bowering checks in for Emma Bradshaw, and Bergman is in for
Sophia Bergman is in.
Kayla Robinson. Abateo brings it up for the Bruins. She's got Taju beside her, and Annie Lee in the corner. Back to Taju, back to Abateo. Inside to Mooney. Mooney at the line, 3-point line, tries to drive in, almost.
Doesn't quite get it.
Bowering grabs the rebound.
Oh,
and
I think that's off
smart
of her.
play off of Edgar. It'll be Sayhawks ball.
Remember, Eagle, you have to reset offensively.
All right, Bowering will inbound it now to Chelsea Bradshaw. Guarded tightly by Abateo.
She's been doing a phenomenal job guarding her this entire game.
Sydney Bradshaw looks to Maddie Coffin, launches a jumper, no good. Almost fumbled the rebound there, the Bruins, but
Yep.
Mooney
Off the
outlet pass to
floor.
Taju. Back to Mooney, to Abateo.
They're trying to work on that transitional game, and it's hard because the Sayhawks come back very quickly.
Launches a jumper. Abateo tried to draw the foul there.
Didn't quite get it.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Lead pass by Sydney Bradshaw for Chelsea Bradshaw. A little bit too long. All right, back to Bergman, back to Bowering. Bowering to Sydney Bradshaw.
6, 5, 4.
Passes it to Coffin. Coffin launches the jumper. That's no good. And the time will run out on the 3rd quarter.
That was impressive basketball from the Bruins.
That's
in
a
that
big quarter
quarter
for them coming back, cutting the lead down to just 8 points. We'll see what they have, if they can cut that deficit a little bit further in the first few minutes of the 4th quarter, so they can set up a good finish.
Definitely. Like, I mean, as you saw, they had tried to take out their head at one point, and I feel like once the Sayhawks had taken out their head, the Bruins were really able to capitalize
Yeah.
off of that time.
Yeah, when Bergman came out of the game, the floor just kind of opened up for the Bruins, and they were really able to go at the Sayhawks players a little bit more, and they were a little bit less fearful about going into the paint and trying to score in there.
Yeah.
And we saw Mooney and Abateo both try and drive really hard to the paint.
Yeah,
and
and
it worked out for them.
I think they've had practice now trying to penetrate that zone that they've been in the entire game, and now the Bruins are implementing a zone on
Yeah.
their end, and the Sayhawks don't know what to do.
It took them time, but the Bruins have kind of started to figure out the Sayhawks defense.
Yeah.
So you're watching this game on TFSCTV.ca. You can follow TFSC TV on Twitter at TFSC TV. You can follow Langley Event Center, the place where all these games are held, at Langley Events. And you can follow this tournament along at BCAA Girls B-Ball on Twitter.
They're heading back out on the floor. It's going to be Bruins ball.
Yeah, Taju will inbound it to Abateo.
Abateo is dribbling down the floor, looking for her options, hands it off to Lee.
Yeah, Lee.
Lee's passing it to
Mooney.
Mooney tries. They're really playing hard defense on her now. Back to Abateo. The zone has reached out very
Shot
far.
clock is running out.
Mooney puts it up for the jumper,
And
gets it as it
good.
kisses
That's
off the glass.
Tough make there.
That was a great shot. It's going to remain Sayhawks ball. Inbounding the ball is Joe Bowering. Up to Chelsea. Up top to Maddie Coffin. They're looking inside. Sophia is quite open. Chelsea drives in. She gets it.
That's
Her
another
drive.
tough make.
She makes it look easy.
Yeah, but some back-to-back tough baskets for both teams.
Definitely.
Off the window.
Mooney bringing the ball up the floor.
So
She looks to drive
inside.
in.
Ooh. Did
Is
she just
that-
pick up her 5th?
Is that a fit? Nope.
No, it's a foul on
She's
Bergman.
quite lucky with that drive. I was a little bit worried for her that she's going to pick up her 5th. But luckily enough, that was on the Sayhawks for her.
Annie, you gotta be in a spot.
Abateo inbounding the ball. Out to Taju. Back to Abateo. Handoff. Drives in. Puts it up. Doesn't quite go.
That's it, keep it
Sydney
up.
with it. Back to Chelsea, who's bringing it up the floor.
Keep your feet, Chef.
Strong defense from Abateo. Trying to work her into her corner.
Almost
Taju
stolen by
almost
Taju.
gets it.
Oh,
Over
man,
and
the
back. It's going to be Bruins ball.
Yeah, good defense by the Bruins.
Excellent defense.
Right, Mooney will look to inbound it to
Good.
Abateo.
Yo, hey, M2.
They're double teaming her.
right.
Come on, Annie.
Long pass Abateo.
Edgar's working in the corner.
We're getting a screen from Mooney.
For her to review the
Abateo
pass.
tries
Mooney
to go in. Mooney drives. Nice pass off to Edgar. She
Almost.
fumbles it out of bounds, and it's going to be Seahawks ball.
That's a tough play at this point in the game, but
Good job, keep it up.
luckily it's only an 8-point deficit and 8:33 remaining
Come on, Chef.
in the game.
With your feet, Chef. With your feet.
Sydney taking the ball out for a change.
Guarded by
Pass
Andy
it to Chelsea on the wing. Back to Sydney.
No base. No
She
base.
cuts. Coffin with the pick. Passes out to Chelsea for the 3.
There's a lot of
In and
miscommunication
out.
there.
Coffin
one
tries
was-
to put it up. Bowering puts it up, gets the and one. I believe that foul was on Edgar.
There was some miscommunication on that Chelsea 3. They were a little bit confused when they were switching on who was going to guard her, and
Right.
that's how she got that open 3. Unfortunately, it didn't go, but the Seahawks made the most of it, and they have an opportunity for an and 1.
Definitely, they need to be talking on defense. She gets it. 3-point play. Substitutions for the
Lead
Sayhawks.
is back into double digits at 11 points now.
Bowering is off, and Emma Bradshaw's in. All 3 Bradshaws on the floor. Abateo bringing the ball up. Hand off to Taju. To Lee. Screen by Edgar. Out to Abateo. Nice pass down low to Taju. She doesn't
Able
quite
to
get it.
finish.
Edgar tries to get it. It's off her hands and out of bounds. It's going to be Sayhawks ball.
The lack of height is really starting to hurt the Bruins right now. They're unable to finish some easy plays.
Right. I agree. Sydney taking the ball up the floor. Cutting around. Stolen by Abateo. She takes it all the way down the floor. Lays it up nice and easy. Gets the 2 for the Bruins. Sydney passes back to Chelsea.
Are moving a lot more on defense and on offense.
Definitely.
They're trying to confuse the Seahawks.
We got a screen. Sydney driving in. There's a foul probably on the floor on Abateo. It's going to be an inbounds play for the Seahawks.
First foul.
Isn't it on the side?
We got Sophia with the pass out to number 5, Emma Bradshaw. To Chelsea again, 1 from the 3. She hits it. This
good.
girl's on a roll. Chelsea Bradshaw.
That's a bit of a backbreaker.
That is a little
For
bit.
the Bruins.
59-47 right now for
They
the
cut the
Sayhawks.
lead down to 5 at the start of the quarter. And it leads back up
Mooney
to 12.
trying to get that jumper. That's a 2.
Right.
She gets
Got
it
a
though.
little back and forth now we have going on.
Chelsea bringing it up the floor, passes it back to Sydney as they're trying to do a little bit of a pressure on both of the guards as they bring it down the floor. Off to the side for the 3 for Emma. She doesn't quite get
Grabs
it.
her own
Follows her rebound.
and lays it in.
She gets it. They're very good at not giving up on their plays.
Yeah, they follow the ball excellently.
Yeah. Mooney at the top. Fakes like a nice pass to Edgar down low. She puts it up and 1.
That was a really impressive play by Mooney there.
Mooney has
She
an
was stopped
excellent.
on her drive.
Yeah, she has excellent court vision.
Yeah, and found Edgar there. Edgar was able to get the finish and one opportunity now.
Definitely. Sydney is off. In for her is Kayla Robinson.
I'm guessing this is probably just going to be a couple minutes of rest for Sydney Bradshaw.
Edgar
Oh, in
misses
and
her
out.
shot. Sophia with the rebound passes it to Chelsea.
Guarded by Abateo.
Looking down the floor, she hands it off to Kayla.
Oh,
Abateo
stole
tries to
by Abateo.
steal it and save it. Not quite. That was a good hustle by her.
Yeah, almost her second steal of the quarter.
Remains Sayhawks ball. Out to Robinson. Out to Coffin at the top. Inside to Chelsea with a nice cut. Tries to put it up. It's a jump ball.
We've given a lot of credit to Chelsea Bradshaw for the way she's led the Sayhawks offense, but I think we should give an equal amount of credit to Sophia Bergman, but also I think for the Bruins, Abateo. She's done an excellent job
Definitely.
containing Chelsea Bradshaw, and she's really in a zone right now, I feel like.
I named her off the bat along with Mooney as two players that were very big standout players for the Bruins.
Yeah.
Mooney to Taju. She almost misses. She misses the
grabs a
three.
rebound.
Out
Passes
to
Abateo.
Abateo looking to see what's there for her. Nice screen almost from Edgar. Out to Lee. To Mooney. Fumbles it a little bit. Tries to drive in. She should be careful with that carrying. Out to Edgar in the corner with the open shot. Doesn't get it. Sophia Bergman with the rebound. Down the floor, you have a nice and wide open for Maddie Coffin. Doesn't quite get it. Out of bounds, Bruins ball. It's a 10-point game right now.
Yeah, 5.5 minutes left in the game. I feel like the Bruins probably feel like they're very much still in it, very much alive.
Definitely, they are still in it,
And the
for sure.
Seahawks probably want to close this one out.
Mooney at the top. Hand off to Taju. Hand off to Abateo. Oh, it's fumbled a little bit. Chelsea gets it. She doesn't pass it up the floor, even though running wide was Kayla Robinson. She takes it all the way.
That'll be a foul on
If it happens
Bradshaw,
to
I
be
think.
on Abateo. We have two substitutions coming in for the Sayhawks. It's number 13
Yeah, Sydney
Bowering.
Bradshaw's back in the game.
and Sydney Bradshaw.
And that handoff play by the Bruins, where they just do 3-4 handoffs in a row, was starting to get a little bit predictable, and Chelsea Bradshaw read that nicely and was able to get the steal.
Definitely. She hits the first. That's just smart basketball and adjusting.
Yeah.
She hits the second.
All
I
right.
would say she's like at least at 90% from the line in this game right now.
Yeah.
Abateo with the ball. Mooney just following behind. Edgar.
was set a pick. Abateo
Nice
pick and roll.
handoff to Edgar, out to Mooney. She drives in. Edgar has to move. Abateo. Nice cut from Taju.
Almost.
Doesn't get it, but that was a beautiful cut.
Yeah.
Sydney with the rebound, looking up the floor. Chelsea is stabilizing the ball, trying to see what they have. Out to Bowering on the wing. They're setting nice screens. Sophia with the screen right there with the roll.
Stolen by Mooney. Nice
Mooney
play.
sees it. That was a good prediction on her part. She's going down the floor out to Taju. Out to Abateo for the three. Doesn't quite get it.
Offensive rebound.
Lee gets it though. Abateo drives in. No
they
foul.
wanted a foul for that. They wanted a foul on that play, and they probably could have got one.
They could have. She's driving nicely into the paint. She pushes
Abateo
it out.
forces a turnover.
Abateo driving down the floor, goes all the way, blocking foul.
She'll have
She
to
will be
line for
heading
two.
to the line. Good driving on her part.
It's a bit of a makeup call there, you could say.
Yeah. We have another substitution for the Sayhawks. We have number 3, Jessica White, coming in for Maddie Coffin.
Yeah, the Seahawks are keeping this lead in double digits, though. Even if Abateo hits
Gets
both
her
of
first.
these,
Yeah.
it's still going to be a 10-point lead.
Yeah, they've been able to maintain it this entire game. She
Second
misses
one's
the
no
second.
good. Edgar grabs the offensive rebound, though. She'll
She
pass it off to
passes
Abateo.
out to Taju. Out to Lee. Lee looks to Mooney. Mooney looks to drive with a nice screen from Lee. She goes for the
Step
jumper and she gets it.
That'll be 2.
I believe that was a 3.
It was a 3, you're right.
Mooney has been playing extremely well.
Yeah, making some tough shots look easy, and they really need it.
Who would your standout players be for this game?
I think for the Seahawks, I think it's either, I'd say Chelsea Bradshaw has probably been the best player in the game from start to finish.
She's been very consistent.
But I'm really impressed with Abateo and Mooney for the Bruins. Also, Sophia Bergman had a really strong impact in that second quarter. She had like almost 3 blocks in that frame alone. Also, Sydney Bradshaw's played well. But if I had to pick my player of the game right now, I'd probably give it to Chelsea Bradshaw.
Interesting.
Yeah, especially because I think they're gonna win
Right.
at this point. But you never know.
Yeah.
If the Bruins are able to cut into this lead a little bit more and make it a closer game, then I think we might have to consider giving it to Abateo or Mooney.
I agree. I agree with your picks. Chelsea at the top, out to Bowering for the 3. Doesn't quite got it. She has quite a high shot. I like
Yeah.
it. Hasn't dropped. It has dropped a couple times, but
Yeah, she's unfazed by it, by missing that. Laughing as she comes down the floor.
timeout for the Bruins. 3 minutes left in the fourth. The score is 63 for the Seyhawks and 55 for the Bruins.
Yeah, 3 minutes left, 8-point game. I think that the Bruins can definitely go on a bit of a run here. They can lean on Abateo and Mooney. I'm kind of surprised Bahia hasn't checked back into the game. She was making some shots. I know she picked up 2 fouls early in the second half.
Who is this?
Jaslyn Bahia,
Oh,
number
yeah.
9 for the Bruins.
Yeah,
She
maybe.
made a couple of shots to start the second to finish off the first half, sorry, and she picked up a couple of fouls early on in the third quarter, and she hasn't seen the floor since. But she started to spark a bit of the Bruins comeback
Yes, she
in the
definitely.
first half.
She was a spark along with Edgar when she came in, so maybe that's what they needed her for. Maybe that was the role that she needed to play in this game.
Yeah, but Abateo's definitely done a good job of being the lead guard for the Bruins, and Moody as a combo guard forward has definitely filled her role as well.
If it gets past us, we gotta hustle back.
All right, it's going to be Bruins ball.
All right, 3:12 to go in this game.
Mooney cutting for the ball up to Taju, who's wide open on the side.
Taju's been a steady presence for the Bruins as well.
Yes. Up to Abateo.
And I know we were ripping on Lee a little bit earlier because she had a tough time making those shots, but she's been a strong presence on defense.
But if she didn't continue those shots, things could have not
Yeah.
happened for them, right? So
Yeah,
I'm always in support of continuing to take the shot.
yeah, definitely.
Sophia passing it out to Sydney, down the floor to Bowering. They really hustle down the floor.
Yeah.
She gets the 2. Their transition game is just, it's well done on the Seahawks part.
All right, it's back to a 10-point lead for the Seahawks.
Mooney at the top. She tries to drive in a little bit. Nice
Nice
drive
move
inside.
Unable to get it to
Doesn't
go.
get it. Also, fatigue is starting to set in as well
Yeah.
in the Bruins, for the Bruins. They're still playing extremely hard.
Seahawks.
Good. That's a jump ball.
Chelsea Bradshaw was doubled.
It's going to be
Tight
Bruins ball.
defense. Yeah,
It's good defense on their part.
Abateo will inbound it. No go in.
Abateo goes all the way to
Edgar.
Edgar on the other side of the court. She puts it up,
No
doesn't
good.
get it. Sophia Bergman with the rebound.
She had a little bit more time than she thought she did, I think. She could have set her feet a little bit better,
Yeah.
put up a better shot.
It's okay, Tia. Good job.
Looks like the Seahawks are heading to the line.
Bonus.
Bonus.
Yeah, the Bruins are in the bonus now. 5th foul.
Sophia is going to be taking a shot.
Is that a technical?
I don't think so. I thought it's just bonus. The girls are just regrouping. Is it 5? It's 5. It's 5 on Edgar. It's 5 on
Alright.
Edgar.
Okay.
Sophia with her second. She misses it.
I think that was their first. I think they redid it. I'll do the second one right now. There's a little bit of confusion on the floor in terms of players checking in and out.
She hits it.
Alright, second one's good. 66-55 now for the Seycove
Abateo
Seahawks.
taking it down. Hand off to Taju. Hand off to Lee.
Almost lost it there.
2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Really guarding Mooney. Lee takes a bit of a spill. Looks like she kind of hurt herself.
Hobbling a little bit.
Mooney with a nice pass inside,
I
just
think Lee's
misses
gonna
it from Catalina.
Go down on your, go down, go down.
Lee will stay
Go
in the
down,
game.
Annie. She's hurt.
Lee is trying to get a substitution. She has tweaked her ankle a little
Yeah.
bit. Coaches are telling her to go down on her knee. That
Yeah,
might
you're gonna have
be Mooney's 5th foul.
Yeah, that will be. All right. I wonder if Lee's going to come out of this game right now.
I think so, because they may have the opportunity off of the 5th foul.
Yeah, they'll call it timeout. Yeah, Lee has a noticeable limp. I don't know what happened. She kind of maybe tripped over herself a little bit or something.
Yeah, I
But
didn't
fell
quite get to
awkwardly.
see it. Yeah. Yeah, that
That's
was
unfortunate.
Mooney's 5th foul, so she is out of the game as well with 1:45 left in the game. Seycove is up 66-55 for the Bruins. If you're following along, you're watching on tfsetv.ca. You can follow on Twitter at tfsetv. You can follow the Langley Event Center at Langley Events, and you can follow this tournament at BCAA Girls B-Ball. I don't know. I don't know if they. We'll see. I mean, 145 can mean anything in the game of basketball.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking, if I'm the Bruins, I'm looking for just bringing it up. And at this point, I'd put the, oh, they don't have Mooney anymore.
Right. They have to
But
rely on new players. We have
yeah.
a new substitution. We have Christy McKnight in for
Yeah.
Mooney.
Yeah. Lee will stay on the floor.
Lee
She
is-
hasn't really taken, that's kind of strange to me.
well,
I
she
thought
wants to play it out, I guess.
I thought she would come off.
That's a strong player
Lee
right
hasn't
there.
taken any shots in the second half. Maybe, I know
Sydney hits her first.
she was unafraid to shoot in the first half. I'd like to see her maybe they give the ball back to her a little bit and run some plays with her in the corner again.
That'd be good. She misses her second, but the
Right.
rebound is from Jessica White. City puts it back up and gets the 2. Abateo being heavily guarded. They're forcing her to her left hand.
All right,
Taju
has
helps
the
her
ball.
out. Taju stuck cross court to Lee.
Lee,
Lee hands off to Abateo. Abateo behind the back. Jumper.
that's no
Doesn't
good.
get it. Sophia with the rebound. Out to Chelsea. A minute 18. Stolen a little bit from Abateo. She has quick hands.
Yeah. Abateo's definitely been effective defensively this game.
Sydney with the ball on the wing. There's a screen. She almost loses it, regains it to Sophia for the open 2.
I thought she was going to dunk there. She looked like she considered dunking for a second. She just laid it in
Maybe.
instead.
Maybe. Lee at the top, hand off to Taju. Taju drives in. Nice. She's able to get that.
She got to the line for 2.
48 seconds on the clock. We have a substitution for the Seahawks. Sophia is coming off a well-deserved rest. She played a really good game.
It's a 16-point lead
She
for
misses her first.
the Seahawks. Slow start for the Bruins really hurt them this game.
Definitely, I agree.
They,
She misses her second, but she gets the rebound. Oh, and loses it out of bounds.
that's kind of been how the game has gone for the Bruins. They've been right there, and then just something or the other
Like little
goes
fumbles,
wrong
little
for them,
mistakes.
and they're unable to get the things that you think would be easy plays, and are easy plays, but just maybe poor luck or unable to just finish some easy baskets, losing the ball on their own dribbles.
Oh, she gets caught up. Abateo trying to go for the steal. Jump ball. Abateo with the strong defense right to the very end.
Yeah.
I like a player like that.
Yeah, she's not giving up.
Bowering inbounding the ball to Sydney. Cross court. She looks to drive.
Floater, no
Almost
good.
didn't get that shot clock. 17 seconds on the clock. Abateo with the ball.
All right. It's 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds left. Chelsea Bradshaw continues
Out
with
to
hard
Lee.
defense.
Out to Taju. Taju tries to put out the shot.
Blocked
Blocked.
by Bowering.
That was a well-fought game by the Bruins. The win goes to the Seahawks. this semifinal game.
71-55 over the Britannia Bruins. All right, thank you very much for watching. You've been watching on tfsctv.ca. You can follow TFSC TV on Twitter at TFSC TV. You can follow the Langley Events Center on Twitter at Langley Events. And you can follow this tournament along at BCAA Girls B-Ball. We have 2 games coming up. The semifinals between the South Kamloops Titans and the St. Thomas Aquinas Fighting Saints, and the second semifinal between the G.W. Graham Grizzlies and the Langley Christian Lightning. I'm Mullen Sood.
I'm Caroline Samantha. Thanks for listening.